So we have, I found out why there's code in the new UW Oshkosh versus Ashkosh. It's because there's an issue at this site with the host, with the stream. So they're having technical issues. I called the ESPN site, and that's what the representative said. So I am. So and yeah, they took off their website as well under the upcoming. And we have East Baptist and Bear. It's almost game time. See, now it has the time. So they must have got it fixed. And they're just gonna opt not to air the second quarterfinal. They're opt to have that one untelevised. Seems like so. Okay, then we have Massachusetts and Northeastern Massachusetts 6-0. They're 41-29 over Northeastern. It's their first year in the MAC, the Mid-American Conference. Then we have Western State 29-24 BYU, 8-20 in the third. Bryant 25-16 Real. Vanderbilt number 15 Vanderbilt. They are leading. Oh, actually, no, it's now it's Virginia 10-9 and North 350 in the first, 135 in the first, 14-13 number 17 Kentucky Miami, 48-29 Massachusetts 414 in the third, 459 in the third. BYU up 32-30 Russian. That's it though. Utah Jazz Arena. And then we have Bryant 29-23 Rio, UNGT 19-13 Rams, Auburn 15-6 Syracuse, and Georgia 17-12 over Florida State in this venue. Auburn, Syracuse, and AC home teams. The AC games are AC Americas and can only has ACC teams. They can have non-conference, but it shows EC home games, or it shows them it shows like the ESPN has rates like. I guess it could show like non-ACC like home games featuring ACC team, but basically it has like, and basically just has like it has that one ACC team in the game though. But usually they are ACC home games, unless it's like the softball tournament. And I'm they are like the soccer tournament on there. Kind of the men's and women's soccer tournament on there. They don't air in the sports like the field hockey, early rounds of field hockey, rounds of not football, but rounds of volleyball, of field hockey, of men's soccer, gymnastics, like any of those meet countries.
Washington State's 30 points have come off of those 12 BYU turnovers. Yusuf receives from Benali. Here's Ari Mackey-Williams. A 4-point lead.
The two freshmen, Benali and Hamlin, tied for both with 10 in the first half. Hamlin has 6 in the second half. The first one coming from Benali.
Good skip pass. Abraham was wide open for 3, and she promptly knocks it down. Washington State just 3 of 16 from distance, but within 1, and a turnover by BYU. That's number 13.
Jumping the passing lane. You saw the skip pass. BYU tried to get over to Gunlock, but Abraham taking that away.
Aziri. Villa. The baseline. Tried to bounce it back to Aziri in close quarters in the paint, and it's off the foot of Yusuf out of bounds to Wazoo.
Very nice skip pass. You see, just having the heads-up IQ to just get that over to Abraham as BYU on the weak side was sunk in defensively. best three-point shooters coming in right around 30%.
Malvina Aziri being harassed by Braden Gunlock there defensively. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Wazoo still with the ball. Mariah Hudgens back into the lineup for BYU, replacing Brinley Cannon, who's had a quiet afternoon for BYU.
She's their defensive specialist, but they can utilize her offensively. She needs to be a little more aggressive, assertive in the offense.
Villa from 28 feet leaves it short. Rude had her hands on an offensive rebound for a moment, but BYU fights it away. The Cougars want to run. Benali back from Ari Mackey-Williams. Misses wide left, and Villa will advance the basketball for Washington State. The dribbles between the legs, driving baseline. Beautiful reverse layup.
BYU protecting on that pick and roll action with Yusuf, as she needs to stick with the ball, but Villa just does a nice job beating her to the baseline, getting a good look underneath on the reverse. That's where Benali has to do a better job staying with her over the top of that screen.
Wazoo back in front. Benali, and that one rattles around and down. Sydney Benali has 4 points all here in the third quarter. 2:50 to play in the third frame. Back and forth we go. BYU in front by 1 at 36-35. Good bounce pass. Oh, nice ball movement. High-low interior passing. Charlotte Abraham with the assist, and Malia Root's not going to have an easier bucket than that today.
Beautiful high-low. Yusuf got completely turned around. Not sure what she was doing defensively, and just left Root wide open. Too much dribbling. This is where Hutchins has gotten herself into trouble because she got away with it early on, but that's her 6th turnover of the game.
That one dribbled off the heel of Bola Yusuf and into the backcourt for the violation. As you look at Eleanor Villa with the reverse layup, and then there's that high-low connection again, Chris.
It's just great basketball. And just taking what the defense gives you as they saw that Yusuf out of position, feeding it with a nice bounce pass inside to Rude. How about Villa? Just a solid game, contributing in every single area. She plays a lot of minutes, leading her team with those 16 points. Efficient, 60% from the floor, 6 of 10.
Pacing to go 20-plus points for the 5th time this season with those 16 already, and we're only in the third quarter, still 2 to go here in the third frame. Rude can absolutely shoot the 3. She's shown it, misses there. Hudgens with the rebound. BYU trailing by 1. Cougars always want to play with pace, speaking of BYU, and here is Hamlin working around the screen of Rocco. Cannon back into the game after a short breather. Hudgens now holds, working on Villa. Crossover dribble. Good defense by Villa, but Hudgens trying to work her way down. That one won't fall. Rebounded by Rude.
Having to try to finish with that left hand, just couldn't quite get the finish on it as Villa tried to stand her ground. Much smaller in size compared to Hudgens.
Rude ready to shoot again. Cannon going for the rebound for BYU, and are they going to call a foul on Cannon?
That's on Hudgens.
On Hudgens, rather.
So Hudgens, too much body as she was trying to go and secure the defensive board. And Washington State has done a really good job crashing the glass and trying to create those extra opportunities, at least getting a tip on it to keep it alive.
Villa into the paint. Rude gives it quickly to Aziri for 3. Offensive rebound by Villa. How about that bounce pass? And Rude finishes the interior passing, getting it done for Wazoo with another second chance opportunity. 3-point lead for the visitors from Pullman.
Villa, the smallest player on the court, comes away with the offensive board. That can happen if you're BYU. And then just tough looks on the other side. BYU's shot selection is drastically dropped. Part of that, they're frazzled because they're giving away the ball too much.
Yeah, they are. Even just this little I've seen so far in this
Beautiful little bounce pass and
that's
another
no
one,
go
just unselfish basketball and passing it up for a good shot for a better look.
This is a Wazoo team that scored 35 points total in that lopsided loss to LSU. They're already at 39. Confidence building here in the second half.
Look at how they move the basketball. And nobody settling for a bad shot. You get a wide open look.
Fortunate miss for BYU there. Washington State doing some great work offensively. Cannon will try a 3. That's short. She's 0 for 4. Hudgens tracks down the offensive rebound. Right to the rim. And misses again. A A frustrating afternoon for Mariah Hudgens continues. She is now 3 for 11 with 6 points, and all 6 of her points happened early in this game.
Yeah, she started 3 for 3 at the beginning of the game, and now she's 0 for 8 in those last 8 shot attempts. And that's where BYU is just lacking that extra support offensively, because she is that go-to player since Delaney Gibb has gone down 4 games ago.
Washington State just 3 of 21 from the three-point line, but they've made 2 big ones here in the third quarter. They have the ball with a 3-point lead as we wind down in the third quarter. Villa dribbling out of trouble. Flips it over to Abraham. To beat the buzzer, no good. But the Cougars in crimson, wearing black jerseys, will take that 3-point lead into the fourth.
Let's go to ACC SC Wins Challenge. Let's go to Auburn in Syracuse. Auburn 8-1, Syracuse 6-1. Not the top teams, but they have been top teams. Maybe not in conference play, they might not be, but so far they've been solid in non-conference. So only 1 loss. Peace.
Syracuse has done a nice job defending Petticord, but she loves to get to that baseline drive and pull up at the defense.
And this is an EC Network.
Velez called for a clear out to find Burrows. Got those 2 buckets. Down the lane, flipped it back, but it was behind her intended target is OJ. And here comes Auburn. Charge. Duhan thought she was in. Instead, it's going the other way.
It looked like the Auburn player had a step, but excellent job by Les, sprinting back in transition, putting her body on the line and taking that charge. Take a look at it from a different angle. Excellent job hustling back defensively by Velez, and that's one of the things that Coach Jack talked about with Velez. She's got that moxie from a player from the Bronx, brings a lot of energy, a lot of competitive fire, and that was on display on that defensive effort.
She's played a ton of minutes early in this game. Nice pass, Burrows open. Not that time again. Got a couple of 2s, missed on a 3. Other way, Harris. Hard stop, but that was way too strong. And the rebound ripped down for all to see by Aurora Almond. Miami transfer head to Velez, gets inside. Needs some help on the dribble. Now it's Burrows. Plenty of time. Burrows bounced it down. And out of bounds. Uche Zoje went up. Usually when she does, she scores.
Nice job by Lay on that play. Uche actually brought the ball down a little bit, kind of hesitated in the air, and that gave Lay an opportunity to come get her hand on that ball.
We talked about what makes Syracuse defense so great. What is so difficult about breaking down Auburn defensively?
Well, first and foremost, Auburn is on a string. They are defending in unison. When the ball is moving, the players are moving, they're talking, communicating well together, and then there's effort by all 5 players who are on the floor.
Darius just took that away. Duhan trying to find the corner. Dominique Darius just back off the bench. Fast and slow and stops. Now it's Hawkins. Tough shot. She's got 2 more shots coming, fouled by Koulibaly.
But Hawkins is one of those players who's done a really nice job as she's attacking the paint here defensively. Syracuse doing a nice job getting in passing lanes, particularly on those baseline drives. Right there, Auburn did a nice job getting back in transition. Shai Hawkins, as she's getting to the free throw line right here, Coach Jack talked about how impressed she has been with Hawkins in practice. She's earning a starting opportunity because of what she's doing in practice. And that practice has been translating into the games. It's really nice to see. If you earn time in practice, you're going to earn time in games.
There's 1 for 2. Offensive rebound chance again for Syracuse. Even when it doesn't seem like there's going to be one, they make one.
And that's all about effort for Syracuse. Is 2 through 5. Those players are crashing the boards. The point guard's getting back defensively. Everyone else is going to the boards with reckless abandon.
Foul hold against Lay. So OJ trying to shake free. And then, you talked to Felicia Jack about, why you're such a good rebounding team. It's work. We do the work.
It is. There's nothing glamorous about it. It really is about commitment and effort and energy. And anyone can do it. Just crashing the boards, getting your hand on the balls, tipping it to your teammates. And this is a play in particular that Coach Vickers was working with his team on as the officials double check just on that possession to see where the jump ball was going. It looks like it is Syracuse possession, so staying at this end of the floor. But that inbounds play is typically where they get a nice lob opportunity for their post players.
Darius was online, little strong. Koulibaly starts the break. Darius got in front of her and sets it in the half court where it's been very hard to break either team down.
Yeah, right now Syracuse in a little bit of a 2-3 zone.
Which Auburn expected. You can expect it, doesn't make it easy.
It doesn't, and it's one of those things Oregon did really well against Auburn as Oregon chipped back into that game and got the win last week.
Zoj miss, Zoj make.
So once again, we have an offensive rebound. If Auburn wants to stay in this ball game, they're going to have to do a better job on the defensive glass and keeping the post players and the guards from Syracuse from second chance opportunities.
11-2 Syracuse run, we're tied.
Got a ball game here. This is what we anticipated.
Another turnover. This zone has given Auburn everything it can handle. Hawkins. Rebound down to Caitlin Duhan. Does it all. The former high school long jumper. Ahead. Pettiford annihilated by Zoj. 2-on-2. It's Velez. 2 around her. And we got a jump ball possession arrow. Definitely Auburn's way this time.
Well, here's that block that we just saw. Again, Petticourt thought she had a wide open opportunity at the elbow, but no. Uche Izoje just showed her versatility, her range, running the floor both defensively and offensively, and closing the gap on that shot.
She has been unbelievable. A world of travels. Was born in Nigeria, lived and played in Japan for a long while. Now she's in Central New York, and you look at not only the way that she's played, but her demeanor for a Syracuse team that's trying to change a culture from last year. And she has been one of the leaders behind it as one of the youngest players.
Izoje is a culture builder. She's been on her own since she was 14 years old, so she has had to be mature, and that is showing up in her game as well.
Burroughs couldn't hit. Olivia Schmidt is in the game, playing her 4th game of the season. For Syracuse on the edge of that zone. Floater not even close from Jackson. Another rebound. Layla now. Back to Burroughs. Took a hit to the head. Came up short. Rebound down to Clara Koulibaly. We felt like there were going to be spells like this. The last 5 minutes for Auburn. They've been scoreless over the last 3. I think question on both sides is how short can those spells be? Longer now, Koulibaly off the underside of the rim, and another Syracuse stop.
Again, nice job defensively. It looked like there was a wide open opportunity on the baseline, but when you have a shot blocker that's able to close the gaps, easy opportunities are not so easy.
Story of both sides' nights. Shot clock late again. 5 seconds. Darius, this is her time. Down the alley. Darius and 1.
That got her teammates up off the floor. One of the things that Darius does really well is put the ball on the floor and attacking the rim. We got a great ball game going on. Darius doing an excellent job of attacking the paint off the dribble. We got a 19-19 ball game with Darius going to the free throw line.
When you head to the Smoky Mountains, it's only natural to visit Sevierville.
Even we had to check it out.
We've been here our whole lives.
Experience the adventure of a lifetime.
I'm king of the world.
Even you can get a bird's eye view of the Smokies.
You're going down, Billy.
Your Smokies start here.
Okay, $1 million deal on the line. You got this. Recaps and sales meeting insights from all my team's calls. Otter AI. It's you who is man's best friend.
Otter, the AI meeting agent.
Why choose the Sleep Number Smart Bed?
Can it keep me warm when I'm cold?
Wait, no, I'm always hot.
Sleep Number does that.
Can I make my side softer?
I like my side firmer. Sleep Number does that. Your ideal firmness and effortless comfort all night.
Can it help us sleep better and better?
Please.
Sleep Number does that. It's the Sleep Number Cyber Week sale. Save on comfort that adjusts to you, season after season. All mattresses are on sale, plus free home delivery. Only at Sleep Number.
How you guys doing? They want to join us tonight. Y'all cool with that?
My brothers were best friends. Growing up, we were constantly challenging each other. And it made us all stronger.
I knew that our brother was sick when we were younger, but I didn't know how serious it was.
Come on, he's still being here because of us. It's something that ties us together.
They saved my life.
E60 presents Blood Brothers, streaming now on ESPN+.
At the Mizuho Americas Open, young women and girls are provided an opportunity to learn from financial industry experts. That's because Mizuho is committed to making an impact. Just one of the ways we're changing the game. Mizuho Americas, a name worth knowing.
NC State back on top. They really have a dynasty over there.
Nothing but elation for the NC State women. Title number 4.
4 minutes since Auburn last scored. 2-point Syracuse lead. It's got to be the longest 4 minutes of Auburn lives watching this.
It really is, and it's more about Syracuse and their defensive intensity than it is about Auburn not getting good looks at the basket. Syracuse doing an exceptional job going to that 2-3 zone, which is really difficult, takes away your opportunities to attack the paint, and then when you have a shot blocker that is protecting the paint at all costs, it's going to make it really difficult for Auburn to get those easy looks that they need unless they can get out in transition, and that is what their success early on the season has been predicated on.
So on one side, quick possessions for Auburn off those Syracuse turnovers we just looked at. Other side, ton of Syracuse offensive rebounds. You just saw that. We've got the free throw line a ton in the second quarter, too.
Syracuse's best offense has been getting the ball up on the rim and allowing their rebounders to attack the paint and get second chance opportunities.
First Syracuse lead of the night off the and one finish from Dominique Darius. She completes the three-point play. And another takeaway. You just watched it for a minute, just saw it again. Darius the other way to the corner. Set it up, wide open three. Syracuse now 0 for 11 off the Olivia Schmidt miss. Just trying to find a way to look comfortable against his own, let alone score.
Well, the ability to be able to hand off at the defensive team, protect that high post area with a shot blocker, and it helps by coming over.
Same pass. Same pass, same result.
Yeah. And one of the things, because you don't have three-point shooting, when you penetrate, you don't have the ability to kick it out to open shooters. You're looking to force it in the paint.
And then is OJ the other way, wide open. 24-19 Syracuse. They were down 9 at the end of the first quarter.
Speaks a lot of volumes to, again, the poise and the polish. And I think a lot of that comes from Philia and Darius and their experience at this level and winning at such a high level.
Koulibaly low. Now it's late. Knocked away by Schmidt. You're watching the same thing on loop right now.
If you're going to get playing time on the Syracuse team, it means you have to defend. Schmidt did a great job coming off the bench, getting her hands on that ball for the steal.
Philia foul. Syracuse is about to take its 8th and 9th free throws of this first half. Auburn hasn't taken one. Folks, tonight the 3rd annual ACC-SEC Challenge rolls on with Boston College and LSU, 7 Eastern, Mississippi State, Georgia.